Today, I'm finally addressing my views on homosexuality and Christianity. Specifically, how am I supposed to live my life as a gay Christian? When I looked at my church, when I searched online, I never found a clear, healthy solution for someone like me to live that I could fully buy into with my understanding of the Bible. I always pushed this question to the back of my mind so I could just get on with my life. But now at last, I'm digging it up and taking a closer look. First off, is homosexuality a sin? No. Being gay in itself is out of my control, and there's no way, even biblically speaking, that it's a sin. But what follows is a trickier question. Is gay sex a sin? And the answer is, the Bible isn't clear enough. We'll never know. There's a strong lean in the Bible towards gay sex being more sinful than not, but Jesus never talked about it, and there are other ways to interpret these passages to mean otherwise. Yet, in order to move on from this biblical ambiguity, I have to ask myself, what do I personally believe? Well, let's start with the basics. I think consensual sex where a person is not cheating on someone else is okay. It's acceptable. Although the Bible has a clear preference for heteronormative postmarital sex, there's enough support for me to say that other scenarios like having multiple partners is much more acceptable than adultery, aka cheating. Given this sort of hierarchy of acceptability, I think it's very possible that consensual non-adulterous gay sex falls under acceptable. And seeing if people will hate on gays might just be a divine test to see if humans can still love one another, given our prejudices and differences. But I've realized that accepting that I will never know any of this for sure is a part of understanding how I should live as a gay Christian. I won't be happy or mentally healthy if I'm unable to pursue a relationship with someone I truly am attracted to. And if I let something I'm not sure about stop me, I may regret it forever or fall into depression and anxiety again. I really don't think God wants people to be depressed. Pursuing a loving consensual relationship isn't hurting anyone else, and at the core of God's teachings is not about nitpicky rules, it's about love. I've held back on addressing this for a long time because I was waiting to see if I'd learn something more, didn't want to come off as too religious or preachy, and was afraid to say something wrong that could cause others to quote-unquote stumble. But I don't think it's wrong to share my genuine opinion. It's at least something. Because growing up gay and Christian translated into me never feeling like I belonged anywhere, hiding who I really was, and having nobody to truly confide in for these things. If I had just one person at the time share their sincere views, it may have made a big difference. Personally, I'm no mentor or spiritual coach, but I can't imagine that God would expect every gay person to live through the torture of never pursuing romantic love. And if so, is it then that almost everybody in this vast majority was predisposed to fail just because of how we were created? If that's true, then is there really anything we could realistically and sustainably do to prevent it? Without losing our minds, of course? Either way, it seems like the best course of action is to let myself freely pursue a gay relationship, because if it is acceptable by God, then I'm fine. If it isn't acceptable and God wants me to be celibate, then I might become depressed, mentally ill, and possibly suicidal. That would be even worse, right? So in a way, even from a religious perspective, it's still a lesser of two evils. I don't mean to drag you into my fatal nihilism and philosophical logic, but if you also live in a Western country with deep Christian roots mingled with growing liberal policies, it's perhaps worth some thought. At the end of the day, I'm aware of the nobility of living a selfless life, but I think we as humans do have a few basic needs to maintain our health and sanity. What do you think? Is there a clear biblical and sustainable path for gay Christians? Is there something I'm missing? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to shoot them over. And lastly, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, it helps me out a lot. And hit the subscribe and bell so you don't miss future videos. Have a great day!